Does he even like feta? And he's like the son of this huge Greek god.
Does he even like feta?
I don't like feta.
I didn't know where that was going in the beginning. I was like, what?
Hey everybody, welcome to BYOB, the Bring Your Own Book podcast. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Nikki.
And today we're doing our second part of this 3-part Childhood Favorites mini-series. Today's episode, we're going to be focusing on the first book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, or as Uncle Rick, as many people on the internet like to call him. He seems like a nice guy, so I'll let him have that nickname. Joining us on this episode is our favorite, not Auntie, but Tilly. We can call you Aunt Tilly if you want.
You can call me whatever you like.
Uncle Rick, Aunt Tilly.
Perfect. We're married.
There could be worse people to be married to.
Yeah.
Very successful man.
Yeah.
Loves kids.
Nice. Yeah.
Loves writing books for kids. What could go wrong? I'm sure he's lovely. Anyways. Nikki, before I ruin this episode even further.
Oh no.
Would you love to read the synopsis for this delightful read for everyone?
You're darn tootin', I would. You're darn tootin'. Okay. Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now, Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with the father who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle, which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves.
Dun,
so
dun,
much.
dun.
So much. And
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that happens in this book.
Yeah.
It's jam-packed.
Quite the adventure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Why don't we... I guess I can start.
Sure.
Was I the only one who had never read this?
No, I hadn't read it either.
Okay, good to know. Because I'm like, wait a sec. So, okay, I'll go first, I guess. I gave this a 4 to 5 because I had never read this. I think I tried once before and I got to like chapter 2 and then I got distracted by other things in my life and I was like, I'll read this later.
Right.
It was a lot of fun. It was like a lot of hijinks on the run. So-and-so is in disguise. Like, it gave me kind of Scooby-Doo vibes, but also like a series of unfortunate events just because of like Count Olaf in those stories is always in a disguise and the kids are like, wait, it's you, you know? Mm. And I kind of got that with the Furies and other creatures that were like magically transformed to fit in with like the rest of the humans and everything. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of like action scenes. I loved meeting all the different characters from Greek mythology and how Rick kind of saw them and what he wanted to do with them.
Right.
It was super fun. And I would have totally been into this as a kid because I loved Greek mythology. I watched Hercules all the time. I don't know why I didn't read this as a kid. But I had a good time. And I'm like, what the heck's going to happen next? Because I don't even remember. He's going to school. I don't even know what's going to happen next year. There was not a real, like, you know, clue as to what's going to happen next, I feel like. I mean, he's got I think there's some quest they mentioned, maybe. But, maybe I'm just losing my mind. But I had a good time, and I don't know where...
At the end, Luke is like, yeah, I'm working with Kronos. And then he just leaves.
Yes.
So that's like pretty big foreshadowing.
Yes. So, like, you know something's going to happen, but, like, how are we going to get there? I don't know.
Right.
I guess. So, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. It, like, oh, I love these books. I'm going to let Tilly talk before I talk.
Tilly.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know why I never read these books before. My sister was obsessed with them. They seem like exactly the kind of books I would have really gotten into as a kid. I don't know what was going on with me personally that I didn't read them until now, but I had such a fun time. It really reminded me of the DJ McHale Pendragon series, which Nikki, I think you also read.
Oh my God. That would be like my high school pick, I think.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
They're so good. It's kind of similar vibes of like kind of an urban fantasy with like stuff going on, and the main character is like just a normal kid, and then all of a sudden he gets sucked into like the underworld, and there's all these other realities that he has to contend with. Also really great books, and I really loved those when I was younger, so this kind of gave me similar vibes. This one was so comedic. I loved the like cheeky narration. I thought it was so funny. The chapter headings made me crack up. They were so hilarious. And yeah, I really enjoyed, like Kelly was saying, kind of seeing Rick's interpretation of the Greek gods. It felt really creative. It was really like fast paced. So much happened. Yeah. It truly felt kind of like a heist, even though once again it was not, because they were returning something that was stolen rather than stealing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much guessed the ending immediately. Like I found it pretty predictable, but I think that's me being 30 and reading this. I think I would have really thought it was like a mystery when I was younger, and I definitely would pick up more of the series just for like a light read, because I had so much fun reading it. 4 out of 5.
Wait, which part did you guess?
I guess that Luke was the like working with Kronos.
Really?
I guess that like pretty much immediately. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I was so upset.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was so scared it was going to be Annabeth, and I was like, no, don't do that. Don't make it be her. And then it was Luke, and I liked him.
Well, you're not going to like him if you read the second book, because he gets mean.
Oh, no. Maybe I will like him. No, I won't like him. I do like a villain sometimes, but yeah, no.
I didn't remember how young the first book is written. Like reading it again, like the way the narration style of like Percy's character, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But also, as you read the books, he isn't like 12 in all the books. The series ends when he's like 16.
So you like grow with him.
Yeah, so he gets older each book, and it really does like show like the next summer and like whatever, all of that stuff. So I guess that's kind of a thing when your series, they stay the same age in Chasing Vermeer.
Interesting, yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. I think they don't get that much older.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's something you have to think of when you're writing for an age group like that. Am I writing for this age group, or am I writing for this like generation?
Yeah.
So am I going to make my characters get older so those people will keep enjoying it? Or am I going to pocket myself in and they're going to be 11, and then when those kids are 15, they're not going to want to read the books anymore? I was like, oh, I never really thought about that. But I did really like that about the series, that the writing matures with Percy, which is cool.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
What did you rate it?
I rated it a 5 because
Shocker.
I loved it, and why would I pick it if I didn't rate it a 5?
That's right.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember my first time reading this book. I just feel like it was always around. Aww. And I love the series so much. We were talking in the Chasing Vermeer episode about reading these books again and learning stuff about yourself. And I can remember reading these and being like, I hate Annabeth and she's so annoying, and I was reading them and I was like, she is me. It is me.
Oh no.
Like how she's like so mean to him at the beginning, and I'm like, oh, that's me. It hurts.
You know, I saw Annabeth. I kept thinking about Harry Potter because, similar kind of idea in a sense and like set up in terms of characters. But I liked that, I don't think Percy is Harry at all. I think he's more kind of like Ron. Grover's like Hermione. And Annabeth, I'm not sure. Maybe Harry. I don't know. But that's so funny that you said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think
I liked
you
Annabeth.
have always been Annabeth, or do you think you learned from Annabeth and became
No,
her?
I think I was just a mean kid.
Oh.
Like,
I don't think she was that mean.
like not mean, but like she has this like guard up. Like she's not gonna
Yes.
let you. She's not gonna just be nice to you because you're new or whatever. Like you have to earn her respect and her trust and stuff. And I was really like that. Like I was really good at the kind of like one-liner kind of like soft insult quips. And reading this back now, I was like, oh god, like, because I really didn't like her when I was younger, and I'm like, wow, I used to say shit like that to people.
Well, I liked her.
I liked her too. I thought she was fierce. I thought she was like a
Yeah.
little badass.
Yeah.
And Percy was kind of a little jerk, so sometimes. So
Yeah.
it's fine that she told him off.
Yeah.
Also, if I was Annabeth and this freaking chosen one came in out of nowhere, I would also be pissed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Like, who the heck are you?
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
She's been
Okay?
waiting for her quest for so long.
Yeah. Does he even like feta? And he's like the son of this huge Greek god?
Does he even like feta?
I don't like feta.
I didn't know where that was going in the beginning. I was like, what? I thought you were gonna say something like he's the son of like a sea, the god of the sea, and I'm like, what does that have to do with cheese?
It's salty. Get with it, Nikki.
Right.
Can we talk about the name Grover?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to take someone seriously when their name is Grover?
I like
They
it.
just
Like,
they
I love
love trees and stuff. He's in the grove.
I guess it's I would have liked it better if his name was like Briar or something. I don't know. I think Grover is a silly
Elm.
name.
I kept thinking of Grover from Sesame Street, and I was like, I like it. It fits.
Oh.
I liked his character. I was just like, his
Me
name was
too.
so silly to me.
Yeah. That's true. He was silly though.
He was silly, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a line about how he couldn't play the reed pipes very well, and he only knew how to play like a box song and Hilary Duff's "So Yesterday."
Yes.
like cracked up. I thought that was so funny.
I was like, oh my god, because I had no idea that was in there, and I was so excited. Because I was like,
Yeah.
Hilary Duff, I love Hilary Duff. And it's like, I love that that's in there because it's so of the time when the book
Yes.
came
Right.
out. I'm like,
Well, it's like you can see like Rick driving his kids to like soccer practice and they're listening to that song for like the 20th time in a row and he's like, "Oh my god. I need to put this in the book."
yes.
So funny.
Another standout moment, not in a good way, at the very, very beginning.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember her name. The bully eating ketchup and peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, Nancy Boba Fett or something.
Yes.
Yeah, what also is that
Peanut
name?
butter
What's
and ketchup
happening?
sandwich.
Disgusting. Disgusting. Like, ew.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did find it strange that many of the bullies were like women in this book. I was like, what is going on with this? Why is this a trend? It was like her and then like Clarice or Clarissa or somebody.
Yeah.
The Aries' kid, and I was like, why do we hate women?
I kind of liked
in this
it,
moment.
though.
I don't know if it
always
was like a
nice.
hate women. It was like bullies are always dudes.
That's true.
Yeah.
So like maybe it was just like, let's dish it another way.
Yeah.
And it was like cool to see like all these women like could totally just take him down. Like
True.
Oh, yeah.
he was nothing. Clarice could crush him.
And girl bullies are really scary.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's also true.
Yeah. Bullies in general, but like, yeah.
Girls are worse.
Preteen girls.
Yeah.
If they decide they don't like you, oh,
It's a different beast.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, would I rather face off a minotaur or a girl?
Or Clarice. I don't know.
Hello, Clarice.
At least the Minotaur's not going to spread rumors around about you.
True. Yeah. Or make you shave your legs before you even thought you had to start shaving. Not like I'm
Maybe that
speaking
was
from
it.
experience.
I was like, what?
Oh my god. Okay, whoa. Maybe that was it that was bothering me, is because they didn't feel like actual girl bullies that I knew. They were like
Right.
pushing his head in the toilet, and I'm like, I don't think that's how it worked in middle school with
Right?
girl bullies. But that's
mine.
just my experience.
Yeah.
Maybe if your dad was the god of war, it would be.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
He
I
was
didn't really
pretty
think
cool.
about that. Aries?
Yeah, he was
cool.
cool. Well, like the way that he was like drawn, I guess, like I like
Oh,
that he
yeah.
was like a motorcycle dude.
Yeah, that made
kinda
sense to
like,
me.
Grimy. I thought it was fun, but like, yeah, not a nice guy.
I like when they
I
describe
was like, do you love Aries? Like, whoa.
I like when they describe like he takes his sunglasses off and there's only fire there. There's like no eyeballs. It's just
Yeah.
like the pits of like fire and stuff in his eyes. It's like, oh.
So I gotta ask, because I haven't seen the movie, but I was like looking through when I was like partway through the book. I was like, I gotta know who played all these characters. Is
Yeah.
the movie worth it?
Okay, I love the first movie.
Okay, great.
I really like it. Is it good like this? No. And it leaves out a lot of
Okay.
stuff,
Right.
but the cast makes it really worth it. Like,
Great.
I don't even remember who played Ares, but you have Pierce Brosnan as
as
Chiron.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stanley Tucci's in it. I don't know if he's in this one or the next one. He plays Dionysus.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Logan Lerman as Percy.
Isn't
who
the guy
else?
oh the redheaded doctor from Grey's Anatomy is Poseidon. I forget
Yeah.
his name.
Really?
Yeah, he's Poseidon. Sean Bean is Zeus.
Stacked.
Well, we
Stacked
know he's gonna
guy.
die.
Yeah.
The guy from that movie, the British guy, he plays Hades. Rosario Dawson's in it. She plays Persephone.
What guy from what British movie?
I don't know. There's a song about Jesus in it, and
Okay, you're really not narrowing it down here.
I'm gonna look up the name.
Okay.
Because
I know
who
there's
I
also
mean.
a new mini-series coming out, or like a TV series,
show.
right? That just got announced.
Yes.
So
I
that's
think-
exciting, because I know some people didn't like the movie, or like it wasn't as well. Were there two of them, the movies?
Yeah, the second movie is like so bad.
Oh, really? Is it the effects or what?
It's just like everything. The second book was quite fun,
Okay.
but it just like it didn't hit. It's Steve Coogan. This guy.
Steve Coogan?
Oh no.
He's just a pale face with hair.
One second. let me see.
I don't know. I'm sure I'd recognize him. Oh,
Oh yeah.
who does
That's
he play?
Hades.
Hades. Okay.
Oh, he's in a bunch of things. Yeah.
What
Interesting.
movie were you thinking of? The British movie with the song about Jesus?
I can't remember. 1 second.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, cool. I know there's a Broadway musical, and that didn't do well in terms of like the ticket sales.
Well, that
But-
makes sense. I feel like this doesn't translate very well to theater.
I mean, it's like, how do you do? I mean,
Yeah.
I think you could find a way because it is based off of all these Greek myths, which I mean, Greeks and theater, right? Like, there could be a
Right.
way to do it. I don't know how. But I've heard that fans of the book who didn't like the movie really liked the musical because they thought it stuck close
Oh,
to the source
interesting.
material.
Right.
But I haven't listened or watched it, so I don't know. And now that I've read the book, I could, so I could see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had such a great time reading the book. I really loved the whole like Medusa, the like garden gnome emporium scene. That was so fun to me because it kind of like not tricked me, but I didn't know where it was going. When it was like Auntie M's garden gnome emporium, I was like, oh, who's this gonna be? Because I knew about I have like a basic knowledge of Greek gods and monsters and stuff, but I wasn't expecting it to go in that direction. It really kind of
Oh.
like spooked me, and it was so fun.
Uma Thurman plays Medusa in the movie.
Ooh, Mom.
Yeah, and she like does this thing and she takes off her glasses and she goes, "Son of Poseidon, I used to date your daddy."
Camp.
Yeah, it was like crazy. But yeah, the movie is not great, but I don't know if it's because I saw it when I was so young that I didn't have like, or if I saw it far enough away from reading the books. Also, I was really in love with Logan Lerman.
Also, we can like things that aren't good. That's
for
fine.
sure.
It's like half my life.
What is good, really, if you think about it? Like,
Good is subjective.
yeah, I'm probably gonna watch the movie later tonight because I'm like, I want to see it.
What's his name? Nathan Fillion. He plays Hermes in the second movie,
Oh my god,
and he
So
works
it's
for
like I'm watching
UPS
we gotta watch
because
it.
he's a god of like mail and stuff.
That's very fun.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What was everyone's favorite part of this book? Tilly, do you want to go first?
I mean, I think I already talked about the Medusa garden gnome scene. I think that would be like my favorite part.
Okay. What was my favorite part? I think my favorite part was, well, this isn't my favorite part, but I do want to quickly say I was so shocked when his mom died right at the beginning.
I was like, she's
or like
not
kind
dead.
of died. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened so fast.
She was transported.
Yes.
I was like, this can't happen. I think my favorite part was when they went down below to the underworld and they had to like get through because there were so many like things going on and like fun things to learn, and they had to get back up in the pearls, like the bubble thing and everything.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Nice. Yeah, I think my favorite part is when they go to get the shields for Ares in the Tunnel of Love.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I kind of wish we spent more time, and like maybe we get this in the later books, but like at the camp, because I feel like we were only there for like a chapter.
And you do.
Okay,
Okay.
good. Also,
Yeah.
Half-Blood, Camp Half-Blood, we need a better name. Rick, come on. Like, that is too on the nose.
But
Half-Blood Hill. But I guess no one knows what it is except for them.
I guess, but I'm like, why can't it be like a Greek word or something? Camp something.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, like, is there a sign out front? Do normal people see this sign and think, what is this?
I don't think they can see it, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think
But
they
yeah,
can see
good
anything.
question.
I think it's just like a field or just trees that they see.
Okay. Ugh. So I can't see it?
No.
Well, also, Kelly, I don't think it's real.
We don't know, Tilly.
We don't, you're right, you're
Did
right. we
I
don't
go
know.
to upstate New York? I don't know.
I was really interested in the idea, sorry, this is like kind of an aside, but
Yeah.
the whole like Greek gods just move wherever the like the center of Western civilization is.
Yeah.
I thought that was like such an interesting way to kind of like put them into contemporary times.
Yeah.
And that, you know, like of course now they're in New York. Like it's the 600th floor of the Empire State Building is where Mount Olympus is. And you know, why didn't think that they would just like stay where they're not relevant, did you? And I was like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah. I really liked that. And I liked when he said, well, they said this a few times in the book, but like, you know, mortals see what they want to see. So like, or they believe what they want to believe or what they can understand. Because Percy was asking these questions like, well, what about heaven? And what about this? What about that? And Rick was like, well, Rick, the characters were like, well, this and this and whatever, you know, like it just, I thought it was a good thing to put in there because also like, yeah, how do you explain to a kid who never really thought much about the Greek gods and the myths just as a myth, and now he's thrown into this, right? I think you had to have something to explain to this kid because kids want to know, what is
Yeah.
this? Why?
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And something I didn't remember was when he's like, what about God? And he's like, no, not God, the gods. Like, we're not talking about the metaphysical. And it's like, well, you want to break that down for me a little bit more? Because, yeah, he kind of like plays it in a way that if you have kids that are growing up in a house where their parents might be a little bit more religious or something, he kind of, by doing that, swept that whole thing like out of the conversation of being like, well, is this negating the fact that like the Christian God is like a thing? Because he's like, no, we're talking about two completely different things. This is completely separate from God altogether. And I thought that was really clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there were a lot of clever like solutions that he found to things. I wouldn't say it was like perfect all the time, but it was definitely original, I felt.
Yeah.
Also, he writes a lot of Goodreads reviews, Rick Riordan, and whenever
Yeah.
I see him writing one, I'm like, oh, I trust you. Like, he writes great Goodreads reviews.
Oh. I just feel like I see all of his books in the store and all the different series he has, or like series that he has helped publish but other people have written.
Yeah.
And they just all look fun. I have Daughter of the Deep on my shelf by Rick Riordan, and I really want to read that too. And it's about kids going to a school where they like deep sea dive, and like it's a marine biologist specialty school or something. It sounds
cool.
fun. It's giving me a magic school bus vibes.
Nice.
And he just seems like such a fun, imaginative guy, and gives me, I don't know these people, but he makes me think of Neil Gaiman in a way, because he just,
Yeah.
you know,
The creativity.
yeah, he's very creative. He's got stories to tell, and he just, you can tell, I think, when an author really loves what they do.
Yeah.
And I think he really loves what he does, and it shows.
I agree. I agree.
Thank you so much for joining us in our second episode of our Childhood Favorites mini-series. Next time, we're going to be focusing on one of Tilly's favorite books, Wild Magic by Tamra Pierce. So, if you want to join us for some more fantastical childhood fun, please tune in to our next episode. And until then, keep on drinking in great stories. Cheers!
Next time on the Bring Your Own Book podcast. Each year at the end of March, a great fair was held in Korea, the capital of Gala.